Hello everybody and welcome to our MXGP TV studio show here. We're live on Facebook as well as mxgptv.com. It's round 18 of the FIA Motocross World Championship, so it's the penultimate round and a big one as well. If you're, well, Paul Jonas and maybe even Tony Cairoli, because Cairoli going for a 9th title this weekend. But before we get started with our guests, our first one is in position here, Ben Watson. We have Roman Febvre and Kevin Strybos coming up a little later on as well. But Lisa, we are back here in Europe. We're hitting the ground running. We're straight off the plane and into the paddock, or in your case, straight out of the flight case.
Yeah, I know. I was downgraded from business, which was all right. But yeah, we're here for the penultimate round, and then we head straight to France to finish all things off, everything tomorrow. Well, next weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's been a hectic running as well, 6 races in 7 weeks, and we're in the middle of that. But let's get on with the show and welcome, for the first time actually on our studio show, Ben Watson, Hitachi Contract Furniture Group, KTM UK. Welcome to the studio show, Ben. First of all, though, congratulations on winning your first national title, 250 or MX2 British Champion. And how does that feel? I guess that's a massive weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. It's really nice to be able to tell yourself that you're British champion, but yeah, I've had some ups and downs throughout the year, but basically I just went for consistency, and yeah, I missed just one podium, I think. So yeah, I managed to get it done one round early, and then I moved up to the 450 class just to mix it up and yeah, do something different. And
I guess one of your goals ticked off the list, British champion?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's been a strange year because with me missing last year with my foot injury, I didn't really know what to expect. But I just came in and went to the first round with Jake, and yeah, we both went 1-1. So that was a good confidence boost, and then yeah, just went from there really. I got another win in Hawkstone, and yeah, just went on the podium nearly every round. So. But
as far as MX2 and the World Championship, how's your season been? Are you happy with how things have gone?
Yeah. It's been a fairly good year. I really struggled at the start. I came into it a bit, and I didn't know what to expect, and yeah, I was struggling a little bit. But I've just been building throughout the year, and then now it's getting better each week, and I think so. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
All right.
You said you've had some ups and downs this season, but there has been some really good stand-up moments for you as well. 6th overall in Indonesia was your best result, plus 2 top 10 finishes in Switzerland and Belgium. So that must give you some confidence. You can see here some of your performances.
I mean, how was Belgium for you?
Yeah, it was good. I knew it was going to be a really tough weekend. I only did literally a couple of motos in the week, and that was it. And then just went there. I wanted to kind of feel fresh on the bike, and I had 2 really good starts and just kind of rode my own races. I had some top guys coming past me, and I just tried to hook onto them and then, yeah, go with them.
I mean, you are renowned more as a sand rider than anything else, but, when you're running up front, top 10 here, I mean, 6th in the first race, I think.
Yeah.
Good for the confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I know I can do it, but it's just being headstrong enough to get up there and do it every single race.
Yeah.
I just need, I don't know, a little bit more confidence, I think, and a bit more self-belief, and then it'll come each weekend.
Yeah.
Your best race finish so far was qualifying when you were 4th in Ottobriano. Do you think a podium is possible?
Anything's possible. You see some results some weekends and you think, like, that could be me.
Yeah.
One week you'll be battling with them, and then they're on the podium, and it's like, it really frustrates you that you just want that one weekend to come for you, and then, yeah, it's what it is, but I'm pushing each weekend, and it actually seems to be getting better. So,
how was the track there? Had you ridden there before, Ottobriano?
No, I haven't rode there before. Nathan did the Italian Championship at the start of the 15, I think it was, when he was racing for IS1, and then, yeah, he told me a little bit about it, and he said, yeah, it's really good, but no, I'd never rode there before. So.
It was pretty hot as well that weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, really hot.
Excuse me. Well, coming back into where we're at now, 2 Grand Prix left. And I know you came here a couple of years ago, because obviously you were injured last year.
Yeah.
Conditions are going to be a little bit different today, though, compared to what they were then. It was a perfect track, nice and dry. We've had a little bit of rain overnight. Still raining outside now.
Yeah.
I guess some of the riders would have experienced that here last year because it did rain on one of the days. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, when I was here in 15, it was like a beach. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It got real rough, and the weather was real nice. And then I was watching it on TV last year, and it was a real mudder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I'd like it if it was dry, and then I'd like it if it was wet. So I'm not really fussed about if it carries on raining all weekend or if it doesn't.
And in terms of the championship, you're 15th in points at the moment. It's pretty tight between, I think Alvin's just ahead of you, there's you, and then there's Conrad. Yeah. What was your goal at the start of the season? Was it to be top 15? Because last year, in your first year, you had that injury, that foot injury from Patagonia. So you missed the whole season. So coming in this time, having to learn some new tracks, dealing with the new class and all that. So did you have a goal or not really?
No, I didn't. Like I said, I came into the year, I didn't really know what to expect. When I was in Argentina and I broke my foot, they just told me I broke 4 metatarsals and then I'd be good to go in 4 weeks. So I flew back, had further checks with Harrison Ross, and then that was when they told me I'd be out all year. So that was hard to take in, but yeah, I just kind of sat at home and let myself realise how much I wanted it, and then came back hungry. So it was good. Like the start of the year was when I was struggling, but then, yeah, I couldn't set any goals at that point because I didn't know if I was going to get better or worse. So I just kind of took each weekend as it came.
But now that you're there, 15, 14?
Yeah, as high as possible.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Motocross Nations? Because many people thought either you or Conrad should have been the MX2 rider for Team GB.
Yeah, I was going through Facebook when the announcement was made, and it was like you could spend literally hours going through everyone's debate and
a lot of interesting comments there as well.
Yeah, definitely. But to be honest, I've got my own view on it, but it's what it is. Mark's chose the team, so I'm just going to go and support them, and then let's everyone get behind them.
Do you think he's just gone with experience in that particular class?
Yeah, he's gone from past results as well, I think.
Okay.
Everyone knows how Tommy can ride around Matterley, and I know Tommy will go and give it 100%. So.
Okay. Well, quick question on social media for you. MX Justin says... MX Justin.
MX Justin is back. He wasn't in the US. He was quiet in the US. I think
We've got a couple of questions from MX Justin in the studio show today. And this one is, after racing the 450 at the last round of the British Motocross Championship and the 250 at the MX2 World Championship, which bike suits you best?
It's hard to say. When I was practicing on the 450, I was loving it. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But there's no pressure, is there?
No. And then I got to the race on the weekend, and it was like it was a lot more difficult to race than it was to practice on. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think it was, to me, easier to ride. But at the moment, I'm more for 250.
All right. Well, you've got a few more years left in the class anyway. Good job.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, we are out of time, but Ben Watson, thanks for joining us. Hitachi Contract Furniture Group, KTM. Our next guest is in the studio area, so before we meet Romain Febvre, let's take a quick look at some of the highlights. Here's the action from MX2 Race 2 from the USA a week ago. Charging across the Fox Holeshot line for the second time of the day and the 7th time this season was Thomas Covington. 7 black plates now for the young American, but this time RJ Hampshire was right there around the outside giving chase. And it wasn't long before the Geico Honda rider was up front and leading the 64 Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Paul Jonas on the Red Bull KTM made a great start, so too did Thomas Kjær-Olsen, but he fell from 5th on the opening lap. Here he emerged in 13th and can only finish 11th by the time the checkered flag fell. Second place qualifier, the number 191 of Justin Cooper, was luckless. He disappeared from 4th with a mechanical issue. In the heat, Paul Jonas started to fade. First of all, he was picked off by the 96 of Hunter Lawrence. Lawrence then went through to 3rd. But it was a little bit more difficult for Jeremy Seewer to find his way through the 2 main championship rivals, putting on a show for the fans. Eventually, though, Seewer did get his opportunity and did find his way past the 41 of Jonas, who got squeezed to the outside as the Swiss Suzuki rider found his way into 4th. Covington was in 2nd, but started to feel the heat himself. Lawrence went through to take 2nd, and it wasn't long before Jeremy Seewer also found his way through into third, going around the outside of the man in white there on the 64 Husqvarna. It was a Suzuki 2-3, but this guy here, 31, RJ Hampshire, was in immaculate form, but Hunter Lawrence almost closed in and almost took his first ever race win. It was a career best though for the young Australian. Hampshire went 1-1, took his first ever Grand Prix victory. Hunter Lawrence was second overall, Thomas Covington third, but Paul Jonas has a 40-point advantage now heading into the penultimate round in Assen. Well, that was Jacksonville at the WW Motocross Park just a week ago. Actually, before we go on with Romain Febvre, obviously those guys are probably facing, if not already feeling the full force of Hurricane Irma. So our best wishes to everybody out there. Hope you're all doing okay. Romain Febvre is in the studio, the Monster Energy Yamaha Factory MXGP rider. Good to see you. How are you feeling after last week? Because first race, you were, in a good position, then we didn't see the fall. What happened, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, like you say, last week I crashed the first moto almost at the end. I think it was like 5 laps to go, and just hit my head a little bit, and then yeah, I had like my neck was really painful, so yeah, we decided to don't race the second moto. I was there, I was feeling good, like almost ready to go for the second hit, but yeah, with the team we said it's a little bit too much, and we had nothing to challenge for, so we say yeah, better to don't try it and be ready for next weekend.
But it was a shame because in the qualifying race, you ran third and you looked really comfortable, you looked in control, you looked smooth, just like you were from Sweden a week before.
Yeah, sure. I was really good, feeling good on the bike. From from Lommel, it's been yeah, we work really nice on the bike, and now like we can see I pull many old shots from Lommel, so it's good. But and I was feeling good. Didn't spend so much energy during the qualifying race, just what I want to do, and I was ready for the weekend. But the first moto I didn't take a good start, and then I was maybe 4th or 5th, and then the first lap I stole the bike on the front of the pit lane. So I dropped back like 15, I think, to 15, and then I had a crash. So was not a good weekend for me, but hopefully this weekend will be much better.
Yeah. But how was the track there at the WW Motocross Park?
Yeah, there was really nice.
Yeah.
I really like it was really long, like about 2 minutes a lap, so that's really nice. We don't have so much on the MXGP race, so when the track is long, when you do a long moto, it's much better.
Yeah.
Many jump, yeah, that's what we like. I think all of them. So it's yeah, it's good. Was good. Just was a little bit humid. Not so hot, but humid. So. But it was for everyone the same.
Yeah, similar to the conditions here. Humid.
Yeah, humid. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, humid. Yeah, we got a lot of rain yesterday. Yesterday night also, so we see.
Yeah.
In the Yamaha team report last week, you said that at the beginning of the season you made some wrong decisions with the engine setup. Just tell us, how frustrating has this season been for you?
I think I don't need to explain so much. I think everyone can understand from the outside. For sure, it was not my place, like to ride over the top 10. It's like this. We was a little bit. We can make some wrong decision. I did myself, but like also maybe the team did. But the only things I was complaining, it was like the time we should not like wait too long. We wait too many races to change something, and then was the wrong choice. But it's like this. Now I try to find my speed again, to find my rhythm, and for next year, and then be ready for 2018.
Yeah.
Well, there's been plenty of times this year where you were running up the front, could have made a race win, but didn't, could have had a podium, but didn't, but it finally happened in Sweden. You got both, the race win in Moto2 and also your first podium. How much of a relief was that for you?
Like the podium, we was running many times we ran like out of the podium, so fourth. but you know, it was not like a goal, but just to get a race win. That was the goal. The podium, it's something for sure. To win the GP, it's something, but just to get a podium, it was just to win something.
Yeah.
I felt that in Sweden, I felt that I had the speed, and it was also the weekend. I didn't make. I did one mistake the first moto. Maybe I could do 1-1, but I didn't. So that's the only mistake I did. But I had the speed all weekend long, and it worked. So I'm really happy also for the team, not only for myself, because I know what I'm capable to do. But you know, for the team also was big release. So I'm really happy.
I like the celebration afterwards.
Yeah,
About
over
now,
jump,
the gas.
over jump a bit, but you don't care when you win.
Look good in the Alpine Stars though. 2018.
Yeah. The gear are looking good. All the stuff, it's they make a big progress already this year, and for next year they have something new again. I saw a few things. It's really nice, so really exciting.
All right. More from Romain in just a moment. Here's an offer coming up for you. You don't want to miss this. If you don't have MXGP TV, then maybe now is the time to sign up, because with the season almost at an end, we are offering you the chance to subscribe to MXGP TV with a discount of 70%. You heard correctly, 70%. Catch all the action live and on demand from the first round in Qatar to the final Grand Prix in France next weekend. And this offer also includes the FIM Monster Energy Motocross of Nations, Behind the Gate, the 26-minute highlights program that we produce on a Sunday night, plus a whole host of other on-demand videos as well. For more information, go to mxgptv.com. Right, Romain, back with you for the final part. We are at Assen this weekend. You won your world title here in 2015, so obviously we came back last year, but is it good to be back here? Is it a venue you like?
Yeah, it's always nice to be here. You know, I think for the crowd also it's really nice. They can see almost all the track. The last 2 years we have not been lucky with the weather, and this weekend it's gonna be, I think, the same. So we see, but it's definitely nice to be here in the sun.
You are 6th in the standings at the moment. Because you have won a world championship already, are you bothered now where you finish? I mean, 6th or 26th, does it even make a difference now for you?
No, for sure not. 6th, 5th, let's say when you run out of the podium, it's difficult. Out of the 3rd place, it's difficult. And you don't care, I mean, if you are 6 or 7 or 10. So just like I say, do my best, finish strong the season with the nation maybe, and then we are working on for next year.
Yeah, okay. Well, a question for you on social media. DebWarn26 says, I'm a huge fan of Romain Febvre and would like to ask him what he thinks of the 2018 Yamaha, and if he thinks it's better than the older model. If so, why?
Yeah, definitely the 2018 it's better than 2017. From my point of view, was the handling, like the chassis. They change chassis and engine, also the angles from the engine, so it affects the maneuverability on the bike, into the corner, so on the bike, and it's a little bit lower. And for me, I find really easy to turn with, even easier than now. So I'm really exciting. I think we had some tests after Villars, after the final, and then maybe if everything goes as planned, we should ride at the nation with. So really exciting about it.
Okay. Just really quick, we are almost out. Well, we are out of time, but one question. Motocross of Nations, Matterdy Basin. France are having a hard time at the moment. Obviously, there's you, there's Gauthier, and then obviously Dylan was the first choice, MX2. He's injured. Benoit is injured now. I read yesterday they've replaced that rider with Christophe Charlier. What are your thoughts on the team? I guess you go there and try the best you can.
Yeah, sure. It's always like this. For sure, the first two choice they injured themselves, so we cannot do anything about it. After he didn't have many choice to ride like the 250 class. So I mean, Charlier is doing good on Enduro class. They won the ESD, so yeah, it's nice. I think after the motocross, it's something different. You know, it's like the heat. It's much longer, and he need to race 2 times in a row. So I hope he will be fit enough to have 2 motos in a row, and then I think I know what I need to do, and Gauthier too. So we're gonna see what we can do.
He did win a race in Matterley a couple of years ago in MX2.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So
I know,
all of a sudden...
Yeah, no, it's good, but I know, like, we all know that Christophe, he had the speed, for sure. We don't care about the speed, but just more of his physical condition, for sure, because Enduro, it's something different. But the speed, I think he still got the speed, and I know that he's still riding in motocross sometimes, so, yeah.
And he can be training now as well. But Romain, we're out of time. Thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you.
Romain Febvre, everybody. Right, before we meet our final guest, Kevin Strybos, let's catch up with some of the action from MXGP Race 2, the Monster Energy USGP. Here we are from WW Motocross Park a week ago. Thank you. MXGP Race 2. This time, Antonio Cairoli made no mistake, and it was he who crossed the Fox Holeshot line ahead of everybody else. He'd already won the competition, but that was his 14th Fox Holeshot of 2017, closely followed by the 2 Husqvarnas of Nagel and Paulin. Herlings made a good start as well. He needed to, as Geiser ran off the circuit. Cairoli always keeping a watchful eye on Jeffrey Herlings, who was never far behind. Towards the end of the first lap, Jeffrey Herlings dived down the inside of Gauthier Paulin. He couldn't make the pass stick there, but eventually his move came. He grabbed the opportunity with both hands. He did not want Cairoli to get too far ahead. If it was to stay like this, Cairoli would be crowned world champion for a 9th time, as Eli Tomac got himself into 3rd with that pass on Gauthier Paulin, setting up what we hoped would be a fitting finale to this Monster Energy MXGP of the USA. 3 of the best 450 riders in the world. But Tomac started to fade in the heat as the race went on, leaving the 2 Red Bull KTMs to duke it out at the head of the field. Cairoli was never more than 2 seconds ahead of Jeffrey Herlings. Herlings needed to find his way past the championship leader to keep his championship hopes alive. And guess what? Lap 11. Tony Cairoli made a rare mistake. He folded the front in this left-hand turn. Herlings went by. Cairoli remounted in 2nd position. He had 2 decisions to make. Do we go after Jeffrey Herlings, or do we settle for 2nd? He put up a fight for a couple of laps and realized the gap was just too big. Max Anstey carved his way past Commander Sal. On his Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, he found his way past the Monster Energy Kawasaki to go 6th. De Sal would lose another position in the final laps to Tim Geiser. Jeffrey Herlings was victorious in MXGP Race 2 ahead of Tony Cairoli and Eli Tomac. And that meant that Herlings grabbed his 4th Grand Prix victory of the season. Tomac was 2nd on home soil. Cairoli was 3rd. And the championship does go to Assen. The gap now, 96 points between Cairoli and Herlings. But what a great Grand Prix here. What a great advert for MXGP and the FIM Motocross World Championship. Cairoli continues to lead, though. Next stop, the Netherlands. Jeffrey Herlings' backyard. Will he be victorious there? Will Cairoli lift his 9th title? It's game on, folks. It's game on. So our final guest is in position, Kevin Strybos, Team Suzuki World MXGP, and that was the US just a weekend ago. Kevin, welcome to our studio show. I guess the easiest thing to say is it's been another difficult season, or you're another person that's had a tough season. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been quite tough. You know, we came with a new bike, so I was really looking forward to that, and I think the bike was working well. You know, for sure. You know, when you get a new bike, we still have to set it up quite good, and we had such a short time, so which made it a bit difficult. But I think we made good steps, and then I think after Argentina, I hurt my elbow, and then I tried to ride Italy, and then, you know, I got a injury on the elbow, got an operation, came back Portugal, had a blocked back, and so yeah, you know, then small crash before Czech, got the infection on the wound, and so yeah, it's been a hard season, but.
Well, we're done then with Kevin. Thanks.
Great.
He's just blown all our questions out of the water. No, but I was going to say, you know, where did the problems start with the injuries? Because, you know, you did the first 4 GPs. Then we went to Trentino. You scored in the first race. You didn't score in Holland. And then you went missing for 5 races. So when did you realise there was a problem, like an injury problem? And why did it take so long to, you know, to sort that?
I had some pain in my elbow after Argentina, you know, but nothing special. I mean, I still could do my trainings and everything, you know. So I thought, you know, it was fine. Just in the evening, it was a bit sore, but nothing special. And then I came to Italy, to Arco, and I don't know, you know, after first moto, it was really painful. You know, I couldn't bend it and stretch it anymore. I had to put eyes, and also after the second moto, and then in the night, you know, it was so painful. So I decided to go to the doctor, and then, yeah, they saw, you know, there was a tear in the tendon, and they said, yeah, you have to get an operation. And then I said, yeah, but I just want to try to finish the season, you know, because I did rode quite okay in Arco, and so we tried to take it to Holland, but yeah, obviously it didn't work, and yeah, I had to pull out the first moto, and that's it.
Yep.
But then you did come back for Portugal. Tell us a little bit more about what happened there.
Yeah, Portugal, you know, I just wanted to take Portugal as a practice weekend, just to get into it again. And then first moto came on the waves, you know, I don't know, I sat a little bit in the, just in the waves, and then something blocked in my back and I couldn't stand anymore, and that was it, you know. So.
Last week in America, how strange was that? Because AJ got hurt, but then you had one of your best rides. And how is AJ doing?
Yeah, I think AJ is doing fine, you know. He's at home, so it's too bad he's not here, because for sure he's doing well. And yeah, as always, I mean, he did well this season, you know. He was quite impressive in Portugal. And but yeah, last week was a good race for me. Second moto, got a good start. Finally, I know, I think one of the first good starts I had this season. So if I have a good start, you know, I think I still have the speed to go like a top 5, top 7, you know. So.
Well, you showed the desire in the fight, you know, of a seasoned professional. How much of this result in the heat in that second race was down to your experience of having ridden in those kind of conditions before?
Yeah, I felt in the beginning, you know, I had the speed to go for third, you know, or fourth, but then I felt straight away, you know, it's going to be a long moto with the heat, and lucky, you know, I didn't rode first moto, so I still had something left, or a bit more left in the tank, so just try to settle for fifth, and then just bring it home in fifth.
What's the situation for next year? At the moment, we know that the teams seem to be cutting back. We know you won't be with Suzuki. Do you have anything lined up at all?
Yeah, for sure. I know I have a team for next year, so I'm really happy. I can stay one more year here. And so, yeah, we're going to see, you know, how it's going to work. Really looking forward to it. And it's a new team, so we try to be good in the winter.
When do you announce that?
1st of October or something, or 2nd, 3rd.
Okay. Do you still enjoy racing? What are you, 32 now?
Yeah,
still enjoy riding?
Yeah, for sure. You know, still, like, you know, I have some moments when things goes bad, you know, with the injuries, and you say, you know, maybe it's time to stop. But, you know, after a while, when you're done, like, for 4 weeks, and then you have to start riding again, and, you know, then you realize it's so much fun, you know, and it's everything I did all my life, so it's difficult to get something else going.
And where do you get that motivation from?
I don't know, you know, it's everything I knew my whole life. So, you know, sometimes I start to think what I have to do after the sport, you know, but then I think I don't know, I think I'm going to go in a hole, you know, and I don't know what to do.
But then you put in a performance like that last week, you know, and you got the young kids coming through just fading in the heat, and you're getting stronger. I suppose, so when you put in that kind of performance, you just know, actually, there is one more year at least.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I always have or had the feeling that there's plenty more, you know. I just, with the injuries, you know, then it's difficult to show, and it's difficult to come back during the season because everybody's fit, you know, and if you are not 100% fit, it's difficult to come back. And And I think, you know, like I showed last week, second moto, if I get a good start, you know, I can still be up there, and I think that's still what I want to achieve next year.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we have a question for you on social. MX Justin
Who?
says, MX Justin!
He's back.
Yeah, yet again. As the good tester you've become over the years, what has been the best motocross bike you've ever tested?
Yeah, that's difficult to say, you know. I mean, I tested a lot of bikes, you know, and over the years, you know, every bike improved a lot. So, yeah, I was lucky that I could test a lot of factory bikes in the past, and I think all their own bikes have their own good thing and bad thing, you know. So.
Was there a particular bike that you enjoyed riding in a season? So when you finished second in the World Championship before, was, you know, there were many Grand Prix victories and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is it one of those bikes? Or?
Most of the time I enjoyed every bike what I've ridden on. Just 2008 was a bit difficult. But after that, you know, I think every bike what I was on was fine, you know.
Okay, Kevin, very diplomatic. Kevin Strivos, Team Suzuki World MXGP. Thanks for joining us at this penultimate round. Good luck for the rest of the season and with the new team in next year. Yes. Right, we are out of time here. All that's left to say is thank you to Kevin, to Roman, to Ben Watson as well. Best of those guys for the rest of the season. We'll be back in a week's time at Villars-sous-Écot, the final round, which will be the MXGP of Pays de Montbéliard. I hope I said that French with the on the end. It's me just, you know. But the season has been long. But we'll be back next week, as we said. Join us for all the qualifying races today, 4:15, 4:25 and 5:10 today for MX2 and MXGP. And we've got a busy weekend as well. So see you then. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.